Hi everyone and welcome back to this new video. This is actually the second part of my video about a photo shoot in Zermatt that I had last week with this lovely couple from Indonesia. If you're new to this channel, my name is Foodie and I'm a photographer specializing in portrait, food and much more. In today's videos, I'm going to talk about how I edit my pictures after a photo shoot, and also I want to show you the results. But first, let me take you with me out and about. Today I decided to go for a run because I felt like moving a bit and do some cardio, so I went to a little studio next to the lake and it was great. It was really boosting, perfect to start the day on the right note. After this realistic, not so beautiful lunch, but very nutritious, let me tell you, I had the chance to taste this lovely and delicious vanilla pastry coming from one of the trendiest pastry shop in town. And let me tell you, oh my god, the texture, it is as it looks, so yummy and amazingly done, not too sugary. And of course I could not prepare myself a matcha latte because I just received my favorite matcha from Japan, so that I decided to prepare a nice matcha latte. And of course, as usual, look at the color. Look, every time I prepare this matcha latte I am amazed by the taste and the look of this, by the texture and the green color that it has. So what I do is that I always order the Sakamoto Sai matcha. That is my favorite because of the taste. It's not bitter and is kind of sweet, and it goes well in any kind of preparation. Either you drink it pure, or if you prepare a matcha latte, it's perfect. So after that, I whisk the matcha powder with temperature water because I don't want to burn the properties and all the benefits that this matcha has with hot water. So anyway, I will always use temperature water. I whisk until I get this foamy texture. And once I got it, I just place the ice cubes in my cup and then I add some plant milk because it is better with the matcha, and I will add this green amazing juice and it's done. All is ready. I am excited to drink this now, and I think this is one of my little pleasure of the day, and I cannot start editing without a matcha. And yeah, now I take my card. I didn't save the picture until today because I didn't have the time. Normally I always do it when I'm on the train because I don't want to risk anything. It's very important for me to save the pictures, and I guess for all the photographers out there, it's one of the first things we should do. Actually, the very first moment that you finish the session, you should just save the pictures. And as you can see already a glimpse of these images. We were here in the village of Zermatt where the wooden houses are, and it's one of my favorite spots because I always start there in shooting with couples and families. I find it so intimate and so relaxing, and as you can see, I try to take portraits, but not only portraits, also focusing on details, and I think it's very important depending on the occasion. So this was a honeymoon, they just got married, and in fact the guy, he owns a jewel shops, and this ring was coming from his shop, so it was kind of special, I think, taking the picture of that ring. I also like to take photos with snow falling when it's possible, and of spontaneous movements that I tell my couple to do. I always try to direct them in a spontaneous way myself. I like to talk to them. As I said in the other video, I like to just asking questions and making sure that they feel comfortable, like making them laugh. And so yeah, now I select all the images, I create a folder in my messy laptop, and I save everything so that I'm sure that I don't lose these precious images. That would be bad. And once I did all that, let me tell you, what I do first of all is to put all the images into Lightroom, but we will go there very soon. I just forgot to tell you that all the images that I shoot are raw files, so they are pretty big in size, and I don't do what some people told me when I was learning. They were telling me actually you can shoot in double, like you can shoot in JPEG and raw at the same time. It is useful when you want to see the preview and when you want to have the possibility to send the images without editing in JPEG. But actually don't do that, guys. It's really, it uses a lot of space without any reason. I find it so much easier to just shoot in RAW, because anyway, if you're a photographer, you don't need any other size. JPEG is not useful right now. It will just accumulate a lot of space, and we need space. As you can see, the images are already in Lightroom right now, and what I like to check is just the little details. I like to see the potential of every picture. I try to analyze, select. I just test a little bit before. I want to test the best tone, the best lighting, what I think that I should fix. And actually, I want to talk about the temperature here. I find it really warm, and I think that it's too warm regarding, like, considering that we were in a snowy day. I want it to be a bit colder, like talking about temperature and these things. I think that I'm trying out different presets that I have, because sometimes I like to spend some time to find myself for every photo shoot the best tones, but I also want to try the presets, because I think that some presets are perfect for some situations, and testing out is one of the best. That's why editing is half of the work. People don't know that, like, it's really a long work. And so let me show you here, like, can you see the difference between the two shots? Like, the raw file is too red, it's too orangey, it's not the temperature that I want to keep. And this one actually with a colder and brighter temperature is perfect. Like, it enhances the beauty of the girl with their lovely skin. Her jacket, so beautiful, turquoise, and it is actually it is adapting quite well with the snow, as I said before. And yeah, I think that it looks like more the reality, and this is what I also want to give. I don't want to retouch in a natural way. I want to always provide an authentic and closer to reality look. And yeah, I like to spend some time to check if there are some imperfections. I don't want to say imperfection like in the skin, because if somebody has some skin marks and it is, you know, really a skin mark that is not a spot, that you always have it on the face, well, then I would leave it. And then I might want to check if there are people behind them, in case, you know, I would have taken them away, because I find distracting. In this case, we had a chance that no one was walking when we were taking these pictures. Yeah, and I like to put them straight. Like, sometimes some pictures, I don't know how all the time I manage to take pictures that are not straight. Like, I don't know, in my head I'm not straight. I always take the pictures in a funny way. So yeah, in the end I end up always straightening my pictures, and I think it's okay, because in the end some pictures look really good, imperfect, And I like to have the possibility to adapt that in Lightroom. And yeah, so let's go on, let's move on. This is really like what I do normally. And as you can see, I'm going photo by photo, applying the with the previous button the same filter, so that I have consistency in every picture, because that is the important thing. When you have a series of images coming from the same session and the same people in the same place, you cannot edit differently. Like, you really need to have the same tones, and yeah, it's logical. What else? I like to go to the library to see the overall and to just check if there are some images that I don't want to have, and then I delete them, and looking for specific pictures that I remembered. Yeah, I like to have the overall, and that's why I prefer Lightroom for this type of sessions and editing, because in Photoshop I wouldn't have that possibility, and I think that is extremely important for the workflow and efficiency. It is efficient. Lightroom, actually, since I discovered it, I never stopped using it. And I don't want to say that Photoshop is not useful. Actually, is the most precise program between the two, I think, at least for me. Like, if you want to retouch the little details, I don't think that Lightroom is yet arrived at its best. I think Photoshop is better, but apart from that, I am... Oh my god, look at this couple playing with the snow. Okay, this was the fun time. Actually, we were there behind a hotel. I found this spot. I never used this spot before, and I think from now on I'm gonna use it when it's snowing, because it is perfect. You have the trees behind, you have some park, kind of. You have the space to play, and it is beautiful behind the background, and it is quiet, not many people walk in the little street, and yeah, you don't disturb anyone, because the people at the hotel next to them, they were not bothered by us, and it was actually super cute. I'm very excited to show you this picture, because yeah, the clients loved them. I mean, they loved this experience playing with the snow. And yeah, next to the park there was a hotel, as I said, and we also used some table and chairs, and as you can see, we would just moved to the entrance and we were playing with some poses. Yeah, I just quickly show you a little bit of the scenes, because I think it's always interesting and curious to see the raw files, really unedited. And this was very special. We had we were lucky, actually, to have some snow, and winter and spring met together, and they made us live this special contrast between flowers, blossoms, and the snow covering them. I think it's so beautiful, and we could take beautiful photos of the details of that. The hands of the girl perfectly holding the flowers. I mean, how lucky I was to have this couple. They were basically model. I'm not saying that normally I don't have cool people, but I think that when you have people that really know how to pose naturally, it's easier to direct. And I think that I think if you are a photographer, you know what I mean. But they were really enjoying the fact that I was communicating to them, and I was just telling them, don't worry, just smile, just don't think about anything. And they were, yeah, I think they were really open more than others. But yeah, then we decided to go to a part kind of at the end of the village, where then you reach a bridge, and they were very fascinated by these sculptures. And then I also told them to start and dance at some point because I found it cool. And all of a sudden, the sun came out very strongly, and they had to put, I mean, she had to put the sunglasses, and I kind like it. I think it's really cool to have the sun and to have a variety of images. And you know, like in the same place, in the same village, you can have different sets, and I find it super cool, and that's why Zermatt is one of my favorite locations. Oh yeah, and this was the idea of my friend. We asked them to pose next to the taxi. These are typical taxis from Zermatt. These taxis, let me tell you, you have to pay attention to them because in this village cars are not allowed. So these taxis goes everywhere, everywhere, and they don't do any noise barely because they are electric. So you risk every time to go under, and they can cause accidents like so if you go to Zermatt, just pay attention to those taxis. Anyway, I like to try and take new poses everywhere we go because I think that every place has a potential, and I think they were so natural and so relaxed and so happy and so in love that, I mean, how couldn't you take beautiful pictures with those two? Anyway, we had a lot of luck with the weather. The sun was shining. It wasn't so cold, so they were really happy. And as you can see here, what I like to do is to check the colors as well. I go also straight to the vignetting. I try to play a little bit with it, even though every time I stick to the zero because, yeah, concerning people and portraits, I think it's better. Oh, and this was amazing, guys. Can you see these beautiful pines? I mean, they were kind of almost fake. How pure and fresh they were. And we've been observing them and talking about it, and they were telling me that in Indonesia they never see this, it's different nature, and they were so inspired by that. And actually, the girl, she's a florist and super creative as well. So both of them, they told me their story. They, yeah, while we were walking, and we arrived at the end at the hotel where I shot one part of the video, you might remember, and look how beautiful was this hotel. The colors were perfect. I think it was really photogenic, and we had also a lot of we enjoyed taking photos inside the hotel. I think we almost arrived at the end and we had to stop because we were forced to. So this video is coming finally to an end. I'm very excited because right now I'm going to deliver the images to the clients. What I'm gonna do right now is that I'm going to place them into a private gallery. I always do that because I find it super professional to put the images inside of a private gallery so that it will create kind of a website of their photo shoot, and they will receive it as a special slideshow. And I think it makes the experience complete, and they will be able to access this gallery for how long I decide. It depends on the space that I have on my website. Sometimes it depends on if it's an ongoing collaboration. For short collaboration, I just take at least 2 or 3 months. And I think, yeah, they can also share this gallery with their friends, with their family. So it will be cool if they want to show their a little bit of insight of their trip to Switzerland. And what I wanted to say is that thank you for watching until the end. I didn't know what I wanted to show really in this video. I just wanted to show a little bit what was behind the photo shoot after the moment of shooting and taking the pictures, what I do, like saving the images, editing, showing you what I use to edit. And please, if you have any questions regarding that, if you have any ideas of a video that I could do about editing, about selecting images, whatever, what I use for editing, as I said, I use Lightroom and I also use Photoshop, but for this type of work, I use Lightroom. So please don't hesitate, send me a message, write me in the comments, and yeah, I'm all ears. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I am super excited for the next video coming up. And I'm going to now drink my coffee, and after that, I'm going to continue my work because I'm super excited for the upcoming projects that I am working on. And if you want to know more about it, I invite you to check my Instagram profile. We've been sharing the news a few days ago, and it's all about food photography and Photoshop manipulations. So if you're in Switzerland and you want to join a group of creatives and you want to learn how to create stunning food photography images and actually enter into those food photography images, I teamed up with Shot by Marie, my friend and colleague. She is a talent. I mean, she is passionate of food photography like me, but she is passionate of Photoshop and she is a true artist. So I invite you to discover this workshop that we are hosting in Switzerland on the 25th and 26th of May. And I hope that you can join us. And if not, I see you next time. Bye. Thank you.